Hi y'all, and welcome back to another video. Now that we're into October and closer to Halloween, I have a few fall inspired recipes to share. This one today is going to be 3 energy bite recipes. They're all no bake. The preparation's super simple. You really just need a food processor nearby. Everything is mixed and then you can put in the fridge, snack on throughout the week. And I'm going to be sharing them with you. The first one is the pumpkin pistachio bites. Also, shout out to Corey for my awesome Hocus Pocus shirt and a Witch's Brew Alani nearby. Let's get started on some spooky treats. So the first one that I'm starting with is the pumpkin pistachio. I have pitted fresh dates here, a 1/4 cup of cashews, 3/4 cup of pistachios unsalted. This is a 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice, and then 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Also be adding in a pinch of salt, but we'll do that at the end. So I have my food processor. I'm going to be putting the 3/4 cup of pistachios into the food processor. Oop, I lost one. It's okay. Okay, now I'm going to be pulsing this. You just want to get like a roughly fine texture with your pistachios. And then after that, we can add in the cashews. Okay, so I just roughly chopped these, and the texture that you want is just roughly chopped, not too fine, so you can still roll them and get texture. But I'm gonna set this aside. I have my pistachios in a bowl, so now I'm gonna be starting with the 1/4 cup of cashews, adding those into the same food processor. And again, just roughly pulsing to get a nice light texture. So I have my cashews here. Everything has a nice light texture and consistency. I'm going to be adding in 10 of the pitted dates just right into the same food processor. Dates are added in with the cashews. Again, I'm going to be pulsing this with the food processor. Okay, now that everything is chopped, we're going to be removing this, putting it into a mixing bowl, and then we can start adding in the other ingredients. I have my date and cashew mixture in a mixing bowl. This is a 1/4 cup of the pistachios. I reserved the rest because you're going to be rolling those in at the end. So adding in the pistachios next, followed by a 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice. If you don't have pumpkin pie spice, you can use nutmeg, and also a 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I'm going to be combining everything first. If it does need a little bit of salt, you can add that in towards the end. So the pumpkin puree really works as a nice binder with energy bites. I got everything mixed up, and I'm going to be adding in a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt and just tasting it, see if you need to add some more. Perfect. And now for the fun part. You get to roll these, and then I have the pistachios over here. I just roll them in. It gives a nice texture on the outside, but these are great because they're already bound together with the pumpkin. Just making a little energy ball, rolling them in the pistachio. That's it. This makes about 11 to 12 pumpkin pistachio bites. Again, these are really fun to make, and rolling them in the pistachio. Now I'm gonna set these aside, put them in the fridge, and we can get started on the next one. For the next energy bite recipe, I'm gonna be making apple pie bites. First off, starting with a 1/2 cup of dried apples, a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries, a 1/4 cup pecans, 1/2 cup of walnuts. These are both already roughly chopped, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of apple pie spice. You can use a pinch of salt at the end. I'm going to be also adding in 3 tablespoons of almond butter. You can use sunflower butter, your choice, peanut butter if you'd like, and 10 dates. So food processor is back. I'm going to be adding in the 1/4 cup of pecans. These are already, again, pretty roughly chopped, but I'm still going to try to coarse everything together. These are 1/2 cup of walnuts, adding those in. I'm going to get a fine texture on this before I add in the dates. So these are finally chopped from the food processor. Now I'm going to be removing the lid and adding in the dates. And again, just roughly pulsing everything together to make sure it's combined. So now to my mixture, I'm incorporating in the 1/2 cup of dried apples. And again, just pulsing that all together. So pecans, walnuts, dates, and the dried apples are all in here. Everything is nice and finely mixed. You have a nice fine consistency, still with some chunks in there. It is a great texture and dimension. I'm going to be transferring this to a mixing bowl again, and then we can fold in the rest of our ingredients. So now that I have it transferred to a mixing bowl, I'm adding in the 3 tablespoons of almond butter, incorporating that right in, 1/4 cup dried cranberries, cinnamon, and apple pie spice. Gonna be mixing this till combined. The almond butter really acts as a great binder in this one, just like the pumpkin puree did with the other recipe. So once you have it combined, gonna be testing it, seeing if you need to add in a pinch of sea salt. So now that I have my mixture, I'm gonna be rolling these again and then setting them in the fridge to chill. So I was able to get 13. I'm going to set these in the fridge and we'll move on to the last one. And for the last energy bite recipe, these are pumpkin cranberry oat bites. I have in here a cup of rolled oats. Going to be adding in a 1/4 cup of flaxseed, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, a 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree, the 1/4 cup of dried cranberries, 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup, and the last thing is a 1/4 cup of almond butter. And again, you can use butter of your choice, peanut butter if you would like to. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/2 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice going in right on top. And the last thing is a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Gonna mix to combine and then again just taste, see if you need to add some salt. I have my mixture here. I am going to be adding in a small pinch of salt. Just really brings out the flavor of everything. Mixing that again to combine. Rolling these and placing them in the fridge. So I've had all 3 of these chilling in the fridge for about 15 minutes. These are the pumpkin pistachio, apple pie bites, and the pumpkin cranberry oat. I'm gonna give each one a taste. These are the pumpkin pistachio. These are really great. Again, the pumpkin acts as a great binder. The texture that you get from the pistachios rolled on the outside is awesome. Now I'm gonna try the apple pie bites. Woo. I like using dried apples in these. It really gives it a nice crunch with the cranberry. It's really tasty. The last one's pumpkin cranberry oat. And again, the pumpkin just acts like a great binder in these. It's kind of like a cookie, but a little bit healthier. I don't know. I like to tell myself it's like a cookie. It's tasty. I really like all of these because again, no baking involved, only involves a food processor and then some mixing. The last recipe doesn't even need a food processor. Also for the pumpkin cranberry oat, you can definitely roll them in walnuts if you want that texture on the outside, just like we did for the pumpkin pistachio. I hope y'all enjoy these 3 fall-inspired energy bite recipes. Let me know in the comment section what you do think. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video for more recipe content. Have a great day and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!